Hello, everybody, and welcome to some EB04 spoiler review. We're just going to be going over some spoilers that came out today because they're exciting. I wanted to start doing some One Piece trading card game news as well as gameplay. And I just wanted to talk about, you know, new cards that are coming out because new cards are exciting. So without further ado, you see the first one's on the screen already. Let's get right into it. We got Kikanojo, EB04. Usually, if I saw green like I did with Carrot, I would immediately roll my eyes or sigh or be upset because if you don't might not know it yet, but I am a D1 green hater. Okay, so green's been running rampant. If you've watched my videos, you've heard it. But anyways, Kikanojo, pretty obvious Land of Wano that it's some Yamato support, and if you read the effect, it's even more obvious. But hey, Yamato support, it's welcome. If there's a green deck that I like, Yamato is definitely up there in the running. I love aggression. And this deck doesn't do any of the restand bullcrap, all the freezing, this, that, and the other that green can do. That's just ridiculous. So I'm down with it. We got a 7 cost, 8,000 power / attribute character, Land of Wano type, the Kazuya 9. It's an SR. This is the alt art version. There's no counter on it. But that does not bother me at all because activate main once per turn if this character was played on this turn. So it says once per turn, but it's actually only on the turn you play it out, which is still fine because you get to set your Land of Wano type leader as active. And if you're running this in Yamato, you spend all your Dawn, you set up maybe a Toneyasu or two the turn before, or you have your 5 cost Yamato from EB03, I believe is what it is. The yellow one. That lets you attach Dawn, I think, or it boosts your leader in some way. And then you have play out the Nami or the what's its name? I can't remember the name, but it's one of the Akazuya 9, the one that gives banish. And Nami gives banish as well. So you got a couple Toneyasus or just maybe one. You have the Yamato out. It's later game. You give Yamato banish, right? Attach all the extra Dawn if you have any. You boosted Yamato to the moon. And it has banish. And it has double attack. Swing in. If they take it because they can't do anything, if they can't do anything on the first swing, this game's over. But if they can't do it, you get to restand your leader. It keeps all the power. It keeps the banish. So let's say you have a Toneyasu on board. You trash him to boost 3. That's 8. You have the Yamato. I think it would make it maybe a 10k because you get to give Arrested Dawn. So that's 10,000 power. If you have any extra Dawn, attach it or any other ways to boost your leader. But let's just go 10 for now. 10's already pretty hard to get out of if they don't have a blocker. It's pretty costly. And the fact that they might have banish on them, the Yamato, swing in 10. All right, let's say they're at 5 life. Swing in 10. If they take it, which they definitely don't want to, right? If they have to take it, you're trashing 2 cards from their life, and then you play out this character after the fact to surprise them. Even though if you leave 7 Dawn up and they know and EB04 has already been out for a while, they already know what's coming. Restand Yamato, swing another 10k banish. If they take both hits, they're down to 1 life remaining. That is nuts. And even if they don't take both hits, it's like, okay, well, you either used a blocker, and it probably died because it's a 10k swing, or an 8k, whatever it is that you're swinging. If they countered out, they used a crap ton of counter. If they used a blocker, their blocker's probably dead, unless it's like a Doflamingo or something crazy. Blackbeard, maybe. But this card, I'm loving it, okay? I am absolutely loving it. It will be going in the Yamato deck. It's going to be super fun once it's on the sim. Next card. Carrot. Now, this was the first card I saw from the spoilers, and I saw it was green, and the eyes rolled, and the sigh happened, and then I looked, and it was carrot, and I was like, okay, and then I read it, and it's essentially leader locked to Minx. Great. Okay, I can go on and on and on and on about freaking green cards, dude. I'm not gonna do the whole song and dance. Control yourself. Control yourself. Unagi. We're calm. We're collected. They already know green's ridiculous, okay? You don't need to talk about it. Anyway, carrot support. We saw some carrot support in EB03. Always welcome. I think. Yeah. And then the event as well was it EB04? We got a carrot event, and now we have this card. Awesome. 8. We'll see if it's awesome. I haven't read it. I actually haven't read these, by the way. I only read the Kikanojo one. Right, Kikanojo? Yeah. I only read the Kikanojo one because I just wanted to make a video of it, but I was cooking at my friend's house, so I had to do that and then come make a video. I wanted to make a video right away. Anyways, 8 cost, 9,000 power, special attribute, Minx type, carrot, on play. She's got her little special form there. On play, if your leader has the Minx type, set up to 2 of your Minx type characters and your leader as active. What the heck? This is just this, but better. What the hell is that? I mean, it doesn't say at the end of your turn. So, 8th on turn, you have a board built. Swing with everything. Play this card out. And you're swinging 3 more times. That is insane. Wow, I really didn't read this card. This is kind of astounding. I mean, I didn't play much carrot, so we'll have to play around with it at some point. But man, this is going to be a late game monster. I love that they're bringing in more late game aggression with these cards so far. Because some of these new decks, the Mihawks with the Mihawk deck with all the power manipulation with the Shanks, and then the freezing, if you can get some characters up that aren't frozen and can attack, you can swing with them again. Pretty awesome. And then against somebody like Doflamingo, who has what seems like an iron impenetrable wall, this might help you break through. All the aggression. I love aggression. Alright, let's go to the next one. So, Nefeltari Vivi. We got some more Vivi support. EB03. I'm waiting for that Pell card that was revealed a while ago to come out. Because that card seems awesome. And this card is, we'll see how it is. 7 cost, 4,000 power. Okay. Immediately, right off the bat, Rebecca vibes. And I think I lied. I actually might have read this card. I have a faint memory of while I was at my friend's house reading this card and thinking it was like Rebecca. Let me see. 1,000 counter, on play up to 1 Alabasta type character card with a cost of 8 or less. Other than Vivi. Wow, I think that Pell is an 8 cost. That's nuts. Then your opponent places 1 card from their hand at the bottom of their deck. It's not exactly the same, but this is giving me heavy Rebecca vibes. Just play her out to play another character out. So you're playing out a 4,000 power body and an 8 cost or less character, which the Pell is nuts. I think, does it have double attack or rush? It might have rush, which would be insane. But it's just giving Vivi more options. She already has a 4 cost card from EB03 that lets her play out another card. I think, wait, is it a 4 or 5 cost? I don't know. It's the blocker that lets you cheat out another card. Seems good, guys. Seems awesome. I mean, come on. We're cheating out stuff. She's already a highly defensive deck. I'm not a huge fan of defensive stuff, and the way that my buddy runs EB03 Vivi is super defensive, but with that Pell card, I'm thinking it could be way more aggressive, and I'm super excited for that. So we'll see how it goes. I love it. Seems good. Alright, we got Rosinante and Law. So we got some support for maybe, let's see, purple. Well, the purple Law is banned, so it's probably Rosinante from OP12. So let's read it. 6 cost, 8,000 power, special, and what is that other attribute? Is it slat? No. Wait, is this? I don't know what it is, but I can't read it because my screen is fuzzy, but special and some, oh, wisdom. Does that say wisdom? Yeah, it looks like it says wisdom. Special and wisdom. attribute. Navy / Don Quixote Pirates. So you can play this in your Don Quixote Doflamingo from OP14 deck. So I guess it's support for that too. But anyways, under the rules of this game, also treat this card's name as Trafalgar Law and Don Quixote Rocinante. Tongue twister names. Blocker on play. If the number of Don cards on your field is equal to or less than the number on your opponent's field, draw one card. Cool, we got card draw. Then add up to one Don card from your Don deck and set it as active. So it's ramping you a Don. It's letting you draw a card. It's a blocker. It has 8,000 power. This just seems amazing. And I think it'll probably fit in great with the Don Quixote Doflamingo deck. Again, I don't know anything about OP12 Rocinante deck, so you guys let me know if it would be amazing in there. But this, just giving another blocker to Doflamingo, who we were just talking about. We were talking about getting through the impenetrable wall. Well, it's becoming even more impenetrable because this is a great blocker. And it ramps, so he's going to want to play it on your 6th Don turn, right? Yeah, so on your 6th Don turn, you play this card out. And if you have already Don minused, I guess, so that you're the same as your opponent, then it basically negates any minus Don cost because you're ramping it back. Pretty good. It wasn't, I was thinking wrong. I was thinking it could help you get to 10, but it's not going to. But anyway, good 8,000 power blocker. It only costs 6 Don. You're ramping and you're drawing. Really good. Foxy support. Now I'm noticing something with these reveals, these spoilers. These seem like EB04 so far kind of seems like just straight I know it's themed around Egghead, but this just seems like it's just straight support for older leaders that don't get play. You have Carrot, you have Foxy, you have Rocinante / Doflamingo, but whatever. And then you also have VV, so it could support the old VV leader, but why would you play that when you could play the new one? I love seeing support for leaders that already exist. That's why I love the extra boosters, because it's not a set where all the support cards in the set are just for the leaders that came out. So, anyways, we got Foxy Pirates, 8 cost, 9,000 power, special attribute. He's rocking the freaking slow beam up there. On play, Don -1. Okay, if your leader has the Foxy Pirates type, draw 2 cards and trash them from your hand. Then rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 9 or less. We've got some card rest so that you can attack into their board. Seems good. You get to draw. You're fixing your hand. And then activate main once per turn. Add up to 1 Don card from your deck and rest it. That's once per turn every turn. So, since it's on an 8 Don turn, it's not going to help you get to 10 faster. But what it seems like it is doing is incentivizing you to use your Don minus effects, because every single turn you're getting a Don. And I've played against Foxy a few times. I've never played him myself, but I think he definitely needed a boss monster like this. Something high up there in power. And that activate main seems great. And that's actually all the spoilers we have. I thought we had one more, but this is great. So to recap, we've got Kikinojo. Yamato still gets played, but this is just support for her, and she didn't get played that much, but people do still play her. I know that. So we got support for Yamato. Then we've got support for Carrot, who barely sees any play at all. We've got support for Vivi, a new leader. So and in the West we don't have her, so you know, more support. We're actually gonna get this before we even get the Vivi leader, which is interesting. But and you have some Rocinante support, which can also go into Doflamingo, but Rocinante support. So that's 3 leaders that don't get a crazy amount of play that we're seeing some good support for. And then Foxy, that's a 4th leader with great support coming out for it. Super excited about these spoilers. Let me know what you guys think about them. I'm happy that they're trying to buff up the old leaders to maybe contend with the new ones, because you know, power creep is setting in a little bit, or depending on who you ask, a lot of it. And seeing these old leaders get a boost so that maybe they can compete with the new leaders, the new strong leaders. I love to see it. If One Piece would do an actual set where they didn't add any leaders even, I would be okay with, but definitely less than 5 or 6, and they just made a bunch of the cards support for old leaders, I think that would be so good for the game, and then for deck building as well. Because you guys know how I feel about, or maybe you don't, but if you don't, how I feel about the sets that are coming out and have been coming out. It's just a leader that has almost no support for it in the existing game, and then a crap ton of the cards that are that color that in that set are straight support almost exclusively for that leader and nobody else. And the decks for those new leaders, what ends up happening is they end up coming built straight out of the box. Might as well have been a starter deck, you know? And I don't like that. I think it makes it very restrictive. I like when people are able to build decks that may differ from what everyone else is playing and have a little more creativity in the game. But that's why I'm loving to see these, because it's letting you add more cards to what may have already seemed like a completed deck. Yamato seems to be in an okay spot, but this is definitely going in there. I don't know if it's a 4 of, maybe a 3, maybe even a 2. I don't know. It depends. We'll have to play around with it when it's on the sim. But in rank of excitement, let's rank these in rank of excitement for me. Carrot, I'm probably least excited for. I just don't play Carrot, and I'm not a green fan. But it'll be fun maybe. Then we got either Foxy or Rosinante for like second least excited. I'm probably gonna say this one, just because its effect is not that overwhelming, and it's just a defensive card, which you can use it offensively because it has 8,000 power, but it is a blocker, and it's just gonna help them stay alive longer. Which for Don Quixote do Flamingo, the OP14 leader, you don't need it to stay alive longer. It already stays alive long enough. Then next we'll have Foxy. Seems like a really good card. I love the idea of being able to add a Don for my Don deck every single turn. So like if I'm on my 10 Don turn, no matter how much not no matter how much, but if I used 3 Don -1 effects, which I believe Foxy uses Don minus just in the leader effect alone, even if you go down 3 using this effect once per turn, will get you back up to 8, which then on your next turn will get you back up to 10. So that seems cool. I might have to play around with Foxy. I've never played him before, with this little origami looking tongue that he's got going on here, up here. But so yeah, that's next on the list. Then we got Nefeltari Vivi. I mean, the only reason I'm excited for this one is because I'm excited to play around with EB03 Vivi and the new Pell card that they revealed last week. I want to make a more aggressive version of Vivi. She is red, so we'll see how that goes. And then, most excited for me, Kikunojo. The art, I don't know what the normal art's going to look like. Maybe that's why... Oh, these are all Alpha arts. I don't know what the normal art looks like, but I'm so excited for this. Just smashing in even more with Yamato. It's awesome. And then your next turn, you have an 8k body on the board. Once you see this come out, if they don't take care of it, it might just be over at that point. Because Yamato, by the time she hits 7, it's either going bad for her or going bad for her opponent. She's super aggressive, and I love that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed these spoilers. When I saw this come out, I wanted to make a video out of it, and looking at these, I'm super excited. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you didn't like any of my takes, tell me why. And if you agreed with any of my takes, but I missed out on something that you think I should have realized, tell me that too. I always want to talk about One Piece cards. It's super fun. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one.